Hi folks, it's me. We should have some pretty icicles today. Let me see if I can turn this around. Maybe go that way. Nope, it don't work. I don't need to be showing me anyway. But it's really too cold to be playing out here today. I have to walk on rocks just to get to the barn. But I thought today would be a good day to tell a story. Excuse me. Well, here's me right now, if I can do it. Me. Anyway, yeah. I want to show you something. This is a piece of unused bounce. It's like the best fire starter in the world. It has some kind of oil in it or something. And it's off. That's all you gotta do. Haven't had a fire in a few days. Didn't want to waste the wood. It's too cold to hang out here. But today I want to tell a story. Okay. I got my driver's license when I was 16 years old. The day I was 16. Dad took me to Shidler, Oklahoma, and that particular day they were giving driver's license test, and I got mine. I'd been driving for a year or two anyway. Driving to hay hauling gigs and driving equipment, and first one thing another. Anyway, I knew how to drive. I passed in flying colors. What happened to my fire here? Oh, it's going. And, that was April the 6th. Anyway, that year, I guess it was in June, July, or whatever, there's always the Ben Johnson's Memorial Rodeo in Pawhuska, Oklahoma. Ben Johnson was born in Pawhuska. And that was only about 8 miles to the north. But anyway, I had my driver's license. During that time, on a Saturday morning, it was also called the Cavalcade. The Ben Johnson Memorial Rodeo was known as the Cavalcade. And roundup clubs from all over some of them would ride in a day or two, getting there, half a dozen, 30 roundup clubs from all around. Of course, their equipment and their trailers and all that was taken by friends and relatives to find good campsites at the campground at Pawhuska at the rodeo. But anyway, so there was lots of horses that comes in, and then on Saturday morning, all the horses and all the boys and girls and cowboys and and cowgirls, they dressed in their best, and they had the horses decked out and silver conchos and their manes braided and the whole bit. They blocked off Main Street so they could parade down through there. And if you've never seen cowboys and girls all just dressed up to the max, you've really missed something. It happened every year. Anyway, I had my driver's license this one particular year, and I picked up a friend of mine at that time was David, and we went to the cavalcade. We parked way back out there, and you couldn't park up close. Anyway, so you had a lot of walking around. Everybody was walking around, and David was a talker. He saw two girls that he kind of knew, so we all kind of hung out a little bit for a while until evening. And anyway, he told those girls that I was going to ride a bull. And I said I would. Well, anyway, come evening, and they had volunteers for the bull riders, line up out there and all. And some big old tall lanky cowboy picked out a couple of volunteers, and I was one of them. And folks, I've never been very big of a tall. I mean, 5'5". Now I'm even shorter because I'm old. But anyway, this old cowboy came up to me and said, "You ever rode a bull before?" I said, "No." And he kind of hollered back, said, "Bring out Betsy." Now, folks, they named these bulls silly names. I mean, the meanest bull there was that would buck you off and then turn around and try to stomp you to death was Cotton Candy. I mean, I was glad I didn't get Cotton Candy, but I had no idea what kind of bull Betsy was. Anyway, I got strapped on that bull, and they gave me a glove, and all. And he said, "Just hang on." Well, just as the gates was swung open with a clang, there was a feller back behind the bull that hit that bull with this long shiny thing that had a bunch of batteries in it and shocked that bull. And old Betsy come out of that chute and run right straight out into the middle of the arena and just stood there. She never bucked. I mean, I might as well have been riding a milk cow. One of the clowns said, "Get off, your time's up." Well, I was slipping out of the rope, and I threw one leg over the other to kind of hop off. And just as I was, old Betsy bucked. I mean, his hindquarters came up, almost turned himself over. And I went up into the air, and I felt like I turned over, but I don't know. But I came down, I landed on my butt, just in the middle of the arena. And I was so embarrassed. But I remember going back to the gates. There was a lot of people clapping and smiling, and well, David didn't kiss a girl that evening, but I did.